Hello, how are you doing? I've got two videos releasing today, both featuring information about the forthcoming Battlefield 1 Incursions Alpha. Now ideally they should be watched in order, with this being the first of the two as an explanation of the game mode itself, and the second being an unedited, half-round, essentially, video of gameplay to give you an idea of pacing and so that you can see some of the new mechanics in action. So the reason I've decided to make two videos instead of one is simply because of the sheer number of new elements that Incursions brings to Battlefield 1 gameplay. Some welcome, some may possibly be considered not so welcome, but the opinion of most people that I spoke to about the game is that it's innovative and interesting. These new elements really do warrant some explanation though, because when you first load into the game, the HUD will look very different to you, and some of the functions of various pieces of equipment are not immediately apparent. The game mode and scoring system are also unique to this competitive mode. Let me also just add the obvious disclaimer, which of course is that everything you're seeing in this video is subject to change, both in the closed alpha and subsequent versions of the game. So let's look at the game mode itself to start with. The map is a modified version of Giant's Shadow, so for a start it's nice that they're specifically tailoring maps to the experience. What looks like a domination or conquest 3-flag layout actually plays a little bit more like Frontlines. Your home flags are already capped from round start, and the centre B flag is up for grabs. Only when you hold the middle flag can you go on to cap the enemy's home flag. You can only spawn on your home flag and base spawns, or the squad leader. As you may have seen published already, the kit system has been revised to present more of a character feel, with each character's kit comprising of a unique loadout that is tailored to a specific role. Within that role there are a number of subset classes, again with a specific purpose on the battlefield in mind. Usually there also seem to be one or two primary weapon options available for each kit, but generally speaking you might find your choice of equipment a little more limiting than you're used to from the base game. I won't go through the list of kits, perks and loadouts here, but I will leave a link to David Serlin's Reddit thread with all the details in the description. What I will mention is the class progression system. Each player will progress through 3 ranks, each rank bringing with it an extra perk or ability, similar to the squad perk system in Battlefield 4, but progress is not lost when you die. Progress is however reset at half time, more about half time later. The same progression system applies to vehicles. The mode includes 1 vehicle per team to be alive at any one time, either a light tank or armoured car, and it too has perks and abilities that unlock as points are earned. These are distinct from the progression of the vehicle operator class as well, that earns his own progression in the same way as the other classes. Are you with me so far? Good, onto the game's scoring system. If you look at the top of the screen you will see 2 familiar coloured bars, one for each team as usual, but they operate quite differently to regular Battlefield 1. The bars are filled by scoring points for certain actions. If your team is holding the middle flag, you will periodically score points every 15 seconds or so, I think it is, as indicated by the sort of countdown style circle around the game timer between the 2 bars. If you or your team kills an enemy player, that will also award you with 1 game point, with your individual kills highlighted in yellow. If you or your team destroy a vehicle, again you will be rewarded with 1 point, and if the entire enemy team is killed, your team will be awarded 3 points for a team wipe. 15 game points makes up a completed bar, and this is what they're calling a set point, which is the number you see next to the faction flag. There's a half-time change of ends after 10 set points played, and the game is won or possibly drawn at the best of 20 set points. If you look just below the scorebar, you'll see an icon for each team member. You can see their role icon here, as well as their current class rank as indicated by the chevron on the bottom right. When they're killed, but still revivable, a single line is drawn through the box, and when they go to the respawn screen, the box is crossed, and that is the point at which the opposing team scores a game point for a kill. So reviving is super important to deny the enemy team points. So What do you make of that? Total clarity with no questions? Go now and watch my second video, which features some unedited gameplay from Gamescom 2017. I didn't bother to put my name into the config file, but I'm playing with the Player 7 name tag and in the role of Trench Surgeon, which is essentially a medic. If you've not read the class notes yet and you're wondering why I keep placing the sniper shield on the ground, that's because it actually has a healing radius, much like a med bag. You might also notice that there's no limiting revive timer, or at least the time available to revive someone is greatly increased over the base game. The gameplay I'm showing you is from a shorter session to the best of 10 set points, with a half time at 5. I can't wait to get my hands back on the alpha. I actually had a great deal of fun playing this at Gamescom, and I think you will too. Bye for now.